Today, I'm going to share with you what I would do if I had to start all over again with no audience, no products, no business, basically starting brand new. No one knows me. I haven't got a product. Um, I know I need to make an additional income, especially with this looming recession on our hands, but I've got nothing. What would I do? Well, if this sounds like you, then today's episode is going to be just for you. Okay, so if I had to start all over again, this is what I would do. There's a couple of steps, and I'm going to go through each one of these steps so that you can see exactly what I will do, because I actually do this even every time that I release a new product or I do something new in my business. I'm basically going through all these steps. Okay, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to pick a broad topic or area that you're really interested in or something that you're really good at. Now, whether that is cake decorating or gardening or growing flowers, whatever it is, like you find that thing that you are really, really good at, something that interests you. Okay, so that's the first thing. You've got to decide, what am I going to start my business on? Okay, so once you've decided on what it is you want to do, you now have to go and find communities or related communities where people that have similar interests than you, where are these people hanging out? Now, this could be places like Facebook groups, or it could be even be on Twitter or in LinkedIn, or maybe in Reddit, anywhere where you know that people that love this thing that you love so much, that you want to coach on and train on and educate on, where people like that will hang out. And once you go into these groups, now it's time to just be of value. Spend time in those groups. When people ask questions, answer them, help them, show them that you have knowledge, that you're an expert on this topic. Just be a good human. And the main thing you need to do is you need to listen. What are people complaining about? What specific problems have they got? What are they struggling with? What questions are they asking? What challenges do they have? And from listening to those things that the people are complaining about and that they're struggling with, now I will go and I'll find an idea to solve these issues for them. So I found that the best products are the ones that can solve a problem or offer a solution to their problems or deliver a transformation for them. So if I can understand what type of problem somebody has that needs help solving, that means I can start building a product or an ecosystem or some type of service that they need. Okay, so come up with your idea, get into the groups, get into a community where people are, and listen to what their problems are. What are they struggling with? Because then you can start thinking about, okay, what can I create now to help them out? Now that I'm aware of what they are struggling with, it'll give me some ideas around what free content as well as paid content I can now create. So, for example, a free product would be something like a free podcast or a blog post or even a free video series that I can create, for instance, on the 5 biggest mistakes that new cake decorators make. So that'll be a freebie, so that if I'm interested in cake decorating, I now will be interested to download this freebie to see what are these mistakes that people are making. As well as you can now start thinking about, okay, what product, what paid product can I create for them? So again, based on the questions that they ask and based on what is the biggest problems they have, you can now start putting a product, whether it's a course or a membership or whatever you decide on doing, you can start putting something together and start planning it. Okay, next I would do some audience research. Okay, now this may be a survey I do in these communities, or I would ask a couple of people if I can talk to them personally. I would even put up some polls in these groups. Now, especially talking to them, like asking someone if they would jump on a Zoom call with me so that I can see if I can help them in any way. This would give me the opportunity to really dive deep into what these people's struggles are, to find out what have they tried before and why haven't they got results, and what are they actually looking for in terms of a transformation or a result. And you can only find out so much from listening in a normal group and maybe doing a poll, but getting on these Zoom calls, actually jumping on a Zoom call and having a chat with someone face to face and really asking them why. And if they say, if they say they've got this and this and this problem, and you say, well, why is that? And they've got to ask it. One of the skills of selling is knowing how to ask why at least 7 times. Now, you can't exactly go in a group and ask the person why all the time. But when you are sitting face to face and you're talking, you can really peel back the layers of what their problem is. What's the cause of it? Why has it happened? Why have they not achieved their results? What is the backstory of it all? And you can really get deep into understanding exactly why they are where they are and why they're looking for this transformation. Now, when you do audience research like this, it allows you to get into your potential customer's head so that you can end up communicating with them better, and you can also help them on a much bigger level. Okay, the next step, I would choose one main content platform. I know people often say that you need to be everywhere, but honestly, when you are first getting started, you just need to focus on one platform. Get good at it, be consistent, and get your content out there. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a social media platform. This can be a podcast or a YouTube channel. Blogs are good, but these days I think most people prefer to either watch something or listen. So I would definitely rather go for one of those. Okay, so how would I use these content platforms to make content? Well, I will create content around the questions that come up for people in these communities I'm hanging out in. So whenever they're asking a specific question, I will then create a podcast episode or a YouTube episode on answering that specific question. So, and this is a great way to come up with content, is just go into your group and see what are people asking, what are they struggling with, and that is the stuff that you will then create your content on. And then the way I will use that content is when someone is in that group and they're asking for something specific, like how to get more customers or how to decorate a cake or how to, what is the best icing to use to decorate that cake, then I would have created either a podcast or a YouTube on that specific topic. And I will then say, oh, I can help you. I've actually answered this question in this podcast or in this video, this YouTube video. And I will put the link in the comments so that they can then go and watch it. Because remember, we are creating the content around the questions they have. So when they ask those questions in a group, it is a natural way to answer them with a link so that to a specific podcast or a YouTube channel by saying, hey, listen to this podcast. I answer your question here, or watch this YouTube video that I made. I answer your question here. So that is how I would use my content creation and how I would plan my content creation. Now, in the next step, you need to create a free lead magnet. Now, if you're not sure what a lead magnet is, well, it's something of real value that you are going to give away for free. And if someone wants to access that free lead magnet, they will need to give you the email address. Now, a lead magnet is normally something really great, something of really great value, something that will help your potential customer or your ideal customers, I like to call them, get a quick win or make their life easier in some form. Now, we do this to build our email list. Now, your email list is probably your most valuable asset in marketing your business. And if I can give you any advice, it'll be to focus on growing your email list rather than focusing on building your social media following. You know, so many people spend years and years building up a following, thinking that as long as that number on my social media following gets bigger and bigger and bigger, my business is going to be more and more successful. But the truth is, that is not true. Being on social media is a great way for your potential customers to get to know, like, and trust you, but it's definitely should not be your entire focus. At the end of the day, your email list is going to be much more valuable and a much more valuable asset than your social media following. The reason for this is we don't have any control over the social media platforms. If Meta, which is now Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, if they decide to change the algorithm again, like they recently did, where now you are going to see more content of what Meta thinks that you're interested in rather than who you are following or who's following you, you know, you don't have control over that. And then this following you've been building up for years and years and years is not even going to see your stuff. However, you can send out an email and know exactly who has opened your email and who hasn't, and how people are responding and what content they are responding to. Plus, you can make your emails so much more personalized. You can build up a true relationship with your potential customers through your email list. Okay, now once I start building that email list, I would then start emailing that list weekly. And here it's all about being consistent. You are spending all this time and all this effort to get people on your email list. Now you need to actually have a conversation with them and not just forget about them for 6 months and then go back to them when you want to sell them something. So the key is to send out an email every week, once or twice a week, even if you only have 10 people on your email list. Now, you might ask me, what do you send them? Always have a mindset to serve. It's the easiest way. Put yourself in your ideal customer's position and think of that person and think of, what do they need to hear from me today? Or what do I know that they are struggling with right now that I could help them with? Just always be of service. So I record this weekly podcast and YouTube video just like this one. And I would now take this and I would not only post it on my podcast and on my YouTube channel and my social media platforms, but I would also email it to them. Because why do I do that? Well, 99% of the people on my email list is not going to see this through social media. So this is my way of connecting with them and giving them value. Now, sometimes I just feel like sharing something with my email list, something that might have happened or something that I'm doing or something that I know can be of value to them. And then I would just do that. Anything that I think that my ideal customer can benefit from, I will share with them. Okay, the next step, I would look at ways to get my content in front of other people. Now, I've created my lead magnet. I'm putting out all this weekly content. Now I need to find ways for more people to see it and hear it. So how do I do this? Well, I have to think about where else is my ideal customer hanging out. What other podcasts are they listening to? Can I get interviews on those podcasts? What about offering a free training or a masterclass in a group? So you might be joining a group where all these people that are your ideal customer is in. So I would contact the admin of that group and see, well, is there something that I can offer your people in your group? And I will do it for free. Help them, train them, educate them. You can even offer to do some free training in certain people's memberships. So people have memberships and they're often looking for guest speakers or they're looking for guest trainers on a specific topic. So you might have a skill and there might be someone that has got a membership in the same space as you or something similar to you that will be of benefit, the same customers. Ask them, will they be open to you sharing a free training? And this way, you are exposing yourself to a whole new audience. Can you see how all these things can get you in front of somebody else's audience? And it's proactive. You can't just sit back and wait for someone to find you. Yes, it's a little bit more work than just posting a quick post on Instagram or Facebook and hoping that the algorithm is going to show your post to the right people. But you're also going to get better results from it. You're going to get better quality people coming onto your list. Now, if you do have some money for paid ads, I would definitely start putting some money behind ads to build your list. But if you don't have the budget, then that's absolutely fine too. Where you will see the results organically is if you stay consistent in pitching to these podcast owners or doing free masterclasses to other people's audiences and getting in front of them regularly. Now, most people think it is social media that is going to get you in front of the right people, but it really isn't. Get hold of these people, pitch yourself, offer value to their audiences, and get in front of more eyes, more people that will be interested in what you have to offer. My next step would be keep putting out that content, keep pitching to other podcasts, keep doing free masterclasses and workshops so that you can get in front of those new audiences consistently. Now, in the beginning, it's going to feel like you are doing all of this work for nothing, but the momentum will build up and more people will get to know who you are and your following will grow. And once that momentum starts going, it's a beautiful thing. And my final step will be to put together an offer that I can sell. Now, whether that is a digital product or a membership, I will start fleshing it out, taking that idea, planning it, and then I will start launching it before I actually create it. I would spend 60 to 90 days letting people know what I'm planning, what it will be about, creating content around my impending offer, and then I would sell it. Now, I would definitely launch it before I make it. And then when they buy it, that's when I would create it. Now, if they don't buy it, I would then spend more time doing some research, doing a really non-biased interview with some of the people to find out why people didn't buy. And by non-biased, I mean, don't take the answers as a personal attack, but rather as a way to grow a better product. Now, once I have that feedback, I will have a look to see if this is just a case of my messaging that needs to be tweaked, or do I need to completely pivot the product? I got it completely wrong and I need to start over. But if you've done the right research in the beginning, most of the time, you just need to tweak your messaging. Now, this might sound like a lot of stuff to do, but it's not really. A lot of these steps you can do at the same time. And remember, you are building a brand new business from the ground up. You can't expect it to always be quick and easy. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, the reality is, if it was really that easy, everyone would have a business and everyone would be doing this. But with that said, I do believe that the process is really simple. Not easy, but it's simple. When you follow the right steps in the right order, you can definitely build yourself a beautiful business that can generate you an income 24/7. Okay, so there you have it. My 9 steps on what I would do if I started brand new. So let's just go over them quickly again. Number 1, I would pick a broad topic or area of interest, something that I would love doing, that I have a lot of knowledge on, and that I know exactly how I can help people with it. Then I will find and hang out in communities like Facebook groups and things like that, where those type of people are. Number 3, I will identify opportunities in the community by engaging and understanding their challenges. So that is identifying the problems that they have and how I can solve it. Number 4, I will conduct audience research. I will do some like Zoom calls with some of the people and really find out more about their pain points and their struggles. Then number 5, I will choose one main content platform that suits your strength and start sharing your content on there. Number 6, I will begin building an email list by creating a lead magnet, and consistent communication is key here. Number 7, I will explore other opportunities for content sharing. Number 8, I will keep sharing and growing and being present, being consistent. And then number 9, I will map out that offer and I will start launching the offer before I sell it. Well, that is it from me this week. Like always, go out there and make a difference, because there's someone out there right now looking for exactly what you have to offer.